an apology going to change? It can't soften the blow. The blow has already happened. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't do anything for the present. Now, an apology can change the future, like how you view this person, maybe how you experience this person going forward, but it does nothing for what has happened. And most of the time, people aren't going to apologize for the things that they've done. They're not going to. The only way they would do that is if they've had like a complete transformation of their heart, like they've had heart surgery. That's the only way you're going to get stubborn, narcissistic people, people who are just prideful, egotistical, led with their emotions to apologize. You're not getting one. You're not getting one. And not to say that you're not deserving of an apology, because that's the least thing that the person can do if they hurt you, but to wait around to say that your future or your destiny is depending upon this person's apology. You can't move forward and heal until this person apologizes, then you're just going to be stuck forever. You're going to be stuck because they're not coming. They're not coming with a song, with a dance, with a band, cheerleader. They're not coming. They're not coming. Work out your own salvation. Work out your own salvation. Go down that journey of healing alone. And know that if they never apologize, it doesn't even matter. Because whom the Son sets free is free indeed. That's not they're not your problem. They're not your issue. You know what I'm saying? You have to get to a place and a point in your life where the only thing that matters is you and you alone. And you alone, that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Whom the Son sets free is free indeed. You know what I'm saying? Your freedom it's not depending upon someone else's narrative or someone else's words. No, it's by the words you speak, the actions you take, the choices you make, the things you think. That's it. We stand alone. We stand alone. When we stand before God, it's us by ourselves. Our kids can't come with us. Our mother can't. I had to tell someone the other day, when God looks at you, do you think he says to you, well, I know you had a rough life, so you stealing that girl's money, or you killing that person down the street, or you robbing. I get it, because you had a hard life. He's not going to say that. He's not going to make excuses for your life. You are so aware of the fact that right is right and wrong is wrong. Good is bad. You're aware of that. So if you choose something, it's not on your mother and father. You're a stripper or you prostitute because you had a hard life. He's not going to say you had a hard life. I get it. That's why you prostitute. You sell your body. I understand, because you had a hard life. You do drugs because you have a hard life. I get it. So, here goes these rewards and these blessings because you had a hard life. He's not pacifying anyone. And it sucks to hear that, but that's just the truth. He's not doing it. Does he have empathy? Absolutely. Does he mourn for his children? Absolutely. Absolutely. He's probably sent 10 messengers to give you the same message, to deliver the same thing so that you can change your mind, change your heart, change your directions, and you haven't done anything yet. What are you waiting for him to come down and descend from the clouds? He's not doing that. He sent 10 people. Why haven't you listened to the 10 people? And then you say, I've asked you, God, to talk to me, and you haven't talked to me. He said, well, I sent Ida. I sent Alise, which is my name, Alise. I sent Alise. I sent the person in the grocery store that told you, gave you a little tiny word of, you're beautiful. I sent them. How many people are you going to ignore? How many people will you ignore? Your purpose doesn't care about your feelings. I'm this, I'm that. You better change the way you speak. The way you speak becomes your reality. And some of you are just living what you speak. And that's not your mother's fault, your brother's fault, your sister's fault, your neighbor's fault, this person's fault. Some of you expect bad things. You have a foreboding spirit where you expect bad things to happen to you. And when it does happen to you, you're like, why did that happen? Because you expected it. The pattern. Look at your patterns. Look at the way you think. Look at the way you think. Your patterns do not lie. Your thought process, your patterns in your thought process, they do not lie. Look at the way you think. The way you think is what's in your heart. And what's in your heart, that's what you speak. And what you speak that's what you're going to experience. Now listen, things happen to us in life that we can't, we have no control over. The only thing, like Ada said, the only thing you can control is yourself. So whether good or bad things, why do you think there could be a woman who was essayed, right? She was essayed, but she went out and got her degree. She became a lawyer, and her thought and her fight was, I'm going to become a lawyer to help other essay victims. Then you have another lady with the same exact story. She was essayed. Grew up similar. No one believed her essay, but she turned to drugs. She turned to prostitution. She turned to that because you know why? There are just some people who are just mentally strong and some people who choose not to get over things. They choose not. The Word of God says, remember not the days of old. Remember not the days of old. Why does he tell you not to remember what's happened in the past? Because your future is so much brighter than your past. Your future is what propels you, it what catapults you, it what pushes you into your destiny, your divine destiny. You were a thought before the world was even formed. Your being already existed. So if your being already existed, you already had a story. Your spirit man said, you know what, I'm going to take this mission. I'm going to take this mission, God. I'll go down and I'll be Elizabeth. I'll go down and I'll be Ada. I'll go down because a spirit cannot thrive in this earthly realm without a human body. In order to experience this human reality, the spirit needs a body. Okay, that's why the spirit needs a body. So your spirit was like, I'll go down. I'll be the one. I'll be the one. And because we're so dominated by flesh and what our flesh desires, your spirit man is like hitting you upside the head. Like, Dad Nabbit, I came down here because I just knew you would get yourself together. Your spirit man is made perfect. There's nothing wrong with your spirit. It's your flesh that is destroying you. It is your flesh that is destroying you. It is your soul wounds that are destroying you. Your spirit man is sitting there with its arms folded, pissed off. I don't want to say that, but that's what it is. It's pissed. Like, come on now. Come on again. You done slept with him again. You done slept with her again. Didn't we just go over this last week? Didn't we just discuss this? You told me you weren't ever going to do this again. Because your flesh is weak. Your flesh is weak. It's dominating. It dominates you. When you have all the authority to check your flesh. You have all the authority to check your flesh. To get your flesh in order. How can God move in a place where it's out of order? Some people say, the Word of God said, when there's 2 or 3 gathered, there he is. Well, who makes up 2 or 3? You can make up 2 or 3. You don't need Elizabeth, Sarah, Tom, Dick. You make up 2 or 3 because you have 3 parts. There's 3 parts of you. So if your spirit man is perfect, that means your soul needs to catch up and your body, your physical needs to catch up too. So if your spirit can just connect with, or your soul can just connect with the body, your soul can connect with the spirit, there goes two. If the body can connect with the spirit, there goes two. So it's easier for God to work through you when at least you have two of the three parts that you're made of in alignment with his word. Okay? So the soul is your problem. The soul is the problem. The soul is the problem. And your purpose doesn't care about your soul. It doesn't care about your soul, the tears, it doesn't care. It doesn't care. It doesn't care. How do we get the mind? How do we get the soul to catch up to the spirit? By just understanding this. Firstly, you gotta be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. Honesty is the best policy. You have to say to yourself, you need help. And it is okay. Stop lying about the things you've gone through and be honest and transparent. Write it down. I don't even care. Write it in a journal. Write it in a journal. Write it on paper. Put that paper in an envelope. Get it off your chest, but you have to be honest with yourself. Honesty is the first step of getting your soul wounded. And accepting that was your experience, because some of you don't want to accept it. Some of you don't want to accept that happened. It happened to you. As unfortunate as it may be, it happened. And it may not be okay, and it may not have felt well, and it may have made you so so uncomfortable, but it happened. It happened. And then when you learn to be honest and you accept it, then we can move to getting help for it. And being okay with asking for help. You gotta ask for help. And it's okay to ask. You know, it's okay to ask and allow yourself to heal and allow yourself to go through the ups and downs of the healing process, because every day is not sunshine and roses. And whoever told you that lied to you. And whoever told you that you'll never be nothing lied to you too. They all lied. You have to silence the voices that speak against the Most High God and the purpose and the word for your life. The purpose you have for your life, especially if you know what that is and you're doing nothing about it. You're doing nothing about it. Well, how do you think you're going to make money? How do you think you're going to thrive in an economy that is completely against you right now? How do you think you're going to thrive? If God gave you a vision, he gave you a vision because he knows that vision's going to thrive. He wouldn't give you anything that's going to set you back 50 years and put you in a desolate place and a place of lack and poverty and mediocrity. He wouldn't do that to you. He says, I have a plan for you, one of a hope and a future, one to prosper you. He's not going, so if you have a vision, his plan for your life is a vision. So he had a plan, a vision. How do you get that vision and that plan that he has for your life to become a reality? Align yourself with him. Align yourself with him. Don't care about that. See, the outside noise is such a distraction to some of you that you're so distracted by, oh, I got to go to the Beyonce concert. Oh, I got to go to the club. Oh, I got to go here. Oh, I got to go there. Oh, I got to spend money. You spend your money and then you come home and then you're worried about, oh my gosh, I got to pay my cell phone bill. How am I going to pay my cell phone bill? Now your hands out asking people that you don't want to ask. Maybe you have to go on a date with that dude you really don't think is cute, but because you need your bills paid, you're going to go. Because you rather had spent your money on things that only brought you temporary gratification. And someone said the reality is that people who's trying to give life advice, in fact, they are the most unhappy. That's a theory read from others' books. It's from my book, the book of my life. That's the theory. The reality is that you're unhappy. The reality is that you need the advice. The reality is that you are going to block the advice because you're so unhappy, because you're so uncomfortable with the truth. It doesn't settle within you, right? Because you're so unhappy. So you rather get on someone else's live and tell them the advice that they're giving other people in reality is because they're happy. No, I'm at the happiest I've ever been in my life. The happiest I've ever been in my life.
If we are unhappy, why do you listen to unhappy people? Why are you here? Why are you listening to us? Why are you on my life if you think I'm unhappy? What are you doing listening to unhappy people? Save yourself time and energy. Scroll past, ignore me, block, whatever you need to do. You are not obligated to listen to my content, but you're here on my life. I'm not in your page, you are in my page. I wish you all the best though. All love.
And what does it matter for me, even if I was unhappy? The words that I'm speaking have nothing to do with the person or my experiences, right? Because if I'm saying something out of my mouth that can change a life, what does it matter? Even if I was unhappy, what would it matter? What does it matter? I'm talking novels. Yeah, the novel of my life. Come sit in my life. Everything I've said, I've written it down in my book. I don't need to take from other people's books. And actually, yes, there's a very good book that maybe you need to read, The Road Less Traveled. You know, maybe you need to pick up a book and read once in a while, Kenny. Read a book. And stop being so unhappy. You know? It gets me, you know?
Unbother. I go on. I mean, you're the one answering to them. I don't. For what?
Well, no, I only answered him because he said people giving advice are unhappy, but I'm not an unhappy person. I'm very happy with my life, and even in the moments and the seasons where I was completely silent and isolated, that is the places where I've grown so much. In my isolation, in my quietness. In my quietness, in my stillness, when no one was around, is where you grow, where you can hear the voice of God more, hear what you're supposed to do. I'm in school to get a master's degree. Do you honestly think that I have time to be unhappy? I'm in school. I raised 2 children. I have a house that I pay a mortgage. Do you think I have time to be unhappy?
You don't have to explain yourself. Why are you explaining yourself?
No, I'm saying in general, like when you have so many responsibilities, you don't have time to be depressed. You don't have time to be unhappy. No, because I'm on a mission. There's no distractions in my life. I'm on a mission. Someone says no distraction. Quiet the noise, silence the distractions. Normally, I never even look at the comment section. I never do. I just so happened to look at my phone to see what time it is, and I saw Kenny G talking trash with his saxophone. So I had to, I had to tell him something real quick.
Well, if you think I'm unhappy, that's you. If you think I'm happy, that's you. Your opinion about me, none of my business. I know who I am and I'm confident in who I am. You can think I'm unhappy. You can think I'm the horrible person. Your opinion about me is none of my business.
None of my business.
Okay, you think I'm unhappy. Since you have said that, have that changed anything about me?
No. Not at all. Not at all. You know, I've had people tell me some really awful things on this platform, like really
Ooh,
awful.
talk to me about that. Me every day. Every day. But I'm still here.
I just laugh at, because I find it hysterical that it's hilarious that you would go out of your way to comment on my stuff. I mean, for me, like, it's just common sense, but I understand common sense is not so common with some folks.
Whoops.
I totally get that. But for me, like, if I don't like something in a video, I don't argue with it. Like, when I see a lot of lives go saying I'm an atheist or I'm an ex-Christian, I don't believe in God, I'm scrolling because I'm not arguing with you about what you believe and what I believe. I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing it. So I'm gonna let Kenny G ride out. But yeah, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Mm-mm. Believe me, I've had my days of unhappy. I've had my days of despair. I've had my days of breakdown. I've had my days of feeling ruined. I've had my days of feeling like the world was crashing down on me. But it's been a long time since I've had that day. And it's all because I chose to change the way I think and understand that, you know what, bad things happen in life and I can't control the inevitable. And once you understand that the inevitable will be the inevitable, you'll have more peace within yourself, more peace within this world. The world is crazy, right? You can't change how the world is. There is full of crazies and fools. You can't change that. And when you realize that you can't change the world, so why sit and worry about the things that you can't change? Focus on the things that you can change.
Which is yourself.
Right? It makes life much simpler.
Which is yourself, though. You can't change all that. That's what I was saying at the beginning, right? You cannot control people. And I give myself as an example. Again, I want to use myself. I post videos every day. I don't know. Sometimes I post 10 videos, 11 videos a day.
Wow.
Once I post the video, I cannot control who's going to watch it. I cannot control who's going to comment, who's not going to comment. I cannot control what they are going to say in the videos. So why should I worry about that? My part is to make the business, to make the product and give it to the customer. If the customer that like it, good. The customer that don't like it, good. Me sitting down, oh, let me just think about, oh, who gonna like my videos? Oh my God, they tell me a negative comment. Oh no, they think I'm bad. They think I'm awful. Oh, I'm gonna... Me, because of somebody's comment on the internet. Me? Oh no, absolutely not. I cannot control none of you, and I don't want to control none of you. For what? The only person I can control is me. The only person I can change is me. Right. And also, another example. I'm here on my life. The people who are commenting, whatever they are commenting, you are commenting in my life. You are in my platform. I have never visited any of yours platform. But as I always say, I'm a leader. I'm not a follower. This is the proof.
And in fact, someone did say, you know, people are happy in their own ways. You're right, because being happy is not consistent. So you may be happy because you have a plate of food, but 10 minutes later, you're back to being frustrated, annoyed, and stressed out, right? You may be happy because you're going to go hang out with your friends. You may be happy. Happiness it only lasts a moment. So what I have, he's right. I'm not happy. I'm joyful. That's a whole nother level. I'm joyful. If I was hit with bad news today, right? Bad news. I mean, the worst news you could possibly think of. I could shed a couple of tears. I may even cry, but I'm not down and out. And that's when you know you've experienced true joy, because what I feel, the world didn't give it to me, and the world cannot take it away. What I feel, the joy that I have, and that's a song, okay? So, yes, I'm quoting a song now. The world didn't give it to me, and the world can't take it away, right? So, you're right. I'm not happy. I'm joyful. I'm beyond happiness.
Let's see.